The chatter you hear in the background is from delegates at the Vital and Vibrant Towns Conference 2009. The conference has the subtitle, Town Centres, The Fight Back. So it's about regeneration, a hot subject at the moment. It's being hosted by BIDS Scotland, which stands for Business Improvement District Scotland. BIDS are a scheme to improve the business environment, often in a city or a town centre.
My name is Davison Porter. I'm the Project Director for Business Improvement Districts in Scotland. And we're the host for the Town Centres Conference in Perth today.
Okay, so BID, I know what it stands for, it's a Business Improvement District. What I need to know is a bit the background. So can you tell me first of all, where the idea came from? How did it all start?
Well, first of all, Business Improvement Districts, generally called Improvement Districts these days, but they also have lots of different names: Business Improvement Association, Strategic Improvement Area, City Improvement Zone, all sorts of different names. But they started in Canada about 40 years ago, in Toronto, on the edge of Toronto, in a place called Blue West Village. And that was about 1970. And in fact, they're holding a big party next year for the 40th anniversary. And it jumped across the border into the States, where it really took off, but then moved into Europe and into South Africa, down into similar sort of sets up in Australia, New Zealand. It finally arrived in England in 2004 and in Scotland in 2006. Okay,
so objectives, what's the point?
The real aim, objective of an improvement district is to improve the environment within which, and I say businesses, I use that in inverted commas, which the businesses operate, because businesses suggests retailers, but it's not. It is retailers in city centres or town centres, but it's also doctors, surgeries, it's all the different elements of business that are in a town or city centre. And the other thing is that business improvement associations or business improvement districts it's misinformation that they are all about town or city centres. A business improvement district or an improvement district could just as easily be business parks. It could just as easily be tourism and visitor. It could be all the property owners on the Rob Rory Way working together. It could be golf courses on the east coast of Scotland working together.
So it could be small or large then?
It could be small or large. In fact, I was talking to Chuck this morning from the States, and we agreed you could have 15 or 20 property owners or businesses, if you like, who get together purely on one subject, and it could be energy or it could be renewable energy. That is the thing they want to deal with. They can come together. So really, if you like, the Business Improvement District legislation, that's what it's about. It just provides the framework, it provides the legislation for non-domestic valued properties to work collectively together. But it has a big spin-off in the community as well, though.
Well, look, you've actually answered my next question, which is, what's the difference between a business improvement district and, for example, a traders association or a city centre association?
The big difference is that you generally find that city centre or town centre associations or traders associations are not sustainable. And this has been a huge problem for city centre management companies or city centre associations for the past 20 years, is that they've not been financially sustainable. And it was actually the Association of Town Centre Management in England that recognised that business improvement districts were an opportunity to create sustainability. And prior to the Town Centre Management set up in England, looking at business improvement districts, the Finance Minister of the Scottish Government also recognised there was an opportunity to create a financial model that promoted or allowed sustainability for town centres. Let's say I talk about town centres, but the improvement district is not just about town centres. So what the legislation does is gives you a financial model for sustainable operation, and that's what BIDS is. It's generally a 5-year programme of improvements, and they have a financial model, sustainable financial model.
And how many do we have in Scotland at the moment? How many BIDS are there?
We've got 7 in operation, 8 in development, A further 6 would be approaching us probably over the next 4 months in terms of receiving Scottish Government grant to develop a bid. And we've got about another 20 or so areas looking at it. As I was saying before, they really do vary from golf clubs wanting to work together, tourism and visitor, business parks, marina developments, you know. And people say to me, can you use the legislation for? Generally my answer is, yes you can. That's, as I say, I think the main thing about improvement districts is that they are looked upon at times as purely private sector, but they have enormous benefits also for the community. And that is why local authority, there's a huge reason why local authorities should be involved in improvement districts, because it does deliver local employment, but it also delivers on the local authority's single outcome agreement, because the areas of improvement district are safer, they are cleaner, they're less vandalised. You know, there are really good reasons for local authorities being involved and supporting them.
Well, look, I live in Aberdeen city centre. I live right in the heart of the city. It's very busy, very noisy, and all the difficulties parking, for example, that go with living in the city centre. So when I heard about the BIDS, I thought, wow, this is a terrific opportunity for you know, to help the city centre environment for residents. So that brings me to this question, which is the objective of the BID to help businesses, or is it to help the communities and help the people?
The ultimate aim, obviously, is to help the businesses because they're paying the levy. But I say you've got to take the broad view of businesses, because it's every different type of business discipline that is on the high street or in a town centre. But what we learned from the Americans very quickly was that apart from having an impact on the business environment, there's a very positive impact for people that live in the cities. In the States, they found that the condominium prices rose in improvement district areas because it was safer, it was cleaner, it was nicer. People wanted to live there. So the actual house prices went up faster within the improvement district areas than elsewhere. And they very quickly started getting people involved from the residential areas in the improvement districts. And what I say to people now is if you're going to do a city centre or a town centre bid, get your residential association involved, get your housing association involved. They're not going to contribute to the pot, but they're going to feel the effects of what you're doing, and you know, hopefully they are positive effects. And I think the good thing is that in a couple of our improvement districts now, the ones that are developing, we actually have community councils leading the improvement district development, working in partnership with the local business association. And I think that's going to give a much more rounded view, if you like, of what an improvement district can do. And I could see opportunities for, if you like, the Business Improvement District Association working alongside the Community Council, working alongside the Heritage Trust, all trying to work together and improve, you know, a particular area of a town or a city.